Everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Railsplitter Athletics Report. I'm your host, Rusty Peace, and we are officially right in the thick of the month of April. A lot of sports going on here on the LMU campus. Tonight we're going to be talking with LMU head baseball coach Jeff Sixeye about the Railsplitters' recent week of play, the upcoming weekend's action against the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne University, and then, of course, later on tonight, we'll be talking with Travis Muncy of the Lincoln Memorial University men's and women's golf teams. We've got a great show in store for you. Very quickly, you need to allude to the fact that the LMU women's tennis team was defeated on the road on Wednesday as they traveled over to Milligan, Tennessee, and lost to the Buffaloes of Milligan College. 8-1 the final there. The Railsplitters victorious as they improved to 10-4 on the year with an 8-1 victory over the Buffalo. Both teams will be in action against Tusculum College on Friday. That will be a critical South Atlantic Conference match. We want to wish the best of luck to Benny Collins and his tennis teams. We'll be back right after this and talk with Jeff Sixeye of the LMU baseball team. Stay with us.
Sigmund Communications is your local radio and television stations bringing your local information, local news, and the best music from yesterday and today. Sigmund Communications was established in 1987 on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University. Since then, we have been involved in community events and other projects. Sigmund Communications is not only your local radio and television stations, but we are a learning facility aimed at educating students in the field of broadcast communications. Sigmund Communications, not just the great building with satellites that sits on the hill.
We're now MediaStream, bringing home to you more and more improvements. As your hometown team, we're dedicated to bringing our friends and neighbors more service upgrades than ever before. Always available 24/7 customer service and technical support. 30-day money-back guarantee on services. Improved bundles that will save you money. Get ready to do more of the things you love with the people you love and with savings you'll love. Call 1-800-392-2662 for details. MediaStream, bringing it home to you.
Bringing it home to you.
Since 1973, DeRoyal has been a leader and an innovator in manufacturing products for the healthcare industry. DeRoyal supplies more than 20,000 products and product lines such as acute care, orthopedics, wound care, and trauma. DeRoyal is proud to be the largest supplier of orthopedic soft goods to clinics and hospitals in the nation. Since its start in Tazewell, Tennessee, DeRoyal has grown to open factories in over 29 locations worldwide and employs over 2,000 people. DeRoyal, a name you can trust and an employer you can count on.
Looking for efficient, compassionate, and comprehensive health care for you and your family? Visit University Medical Clinic. All providers are faculty members of LMU's DeBus College of Osteopathic Medicine and are board certified in their specialty. Multiple specialties available including family medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN, and osteopathic manipulative medicine, with locations in Harrogate, Tazewell, and New Tazewell, and most insurance plans accepted. University Medical Clinic is here to serve you. Call 423-869-7193 for an appointment. University Medical Clinic.
Welcome back to the Railsplitter Athletics Report. The Lincoln Memorial University baseball team is right in the hunt and in the thick of the South Atlantic Conference race as we close in on the end of the regular season, which will take place this weekend. Railsplitters will be playing host to the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne University in a 3-game set on the Lamar-Hennard Field, and Jeff Sixeye, head coach of the Railsplitters, joins us. Coach, it's been a tough week. Last weekend you head out on the road to Salisbury, North Carolina, play one of the top teams in the league in Catawba College, and I know you and I were talking about it before the show started. A couple of games that I know you felt like we should have won in that series.
Yeah, it was gut-wrenching, really. Got walked off on twice. They left us on the field twice. Friday night, we had a 1-run lead in the bottom of the ninth, and they got a 2-run single with 2 outs to beat us. And then we lost in extra innings, game 3, 6-5, also a walk-off hit. So it was tough. I had our opportunities, didn't get it done. So it stung a little bit, but we got to move past it now.
Seems like when I've watched our results from the year, we've taken a lot of series this year, but we've taken them 2-1. And I look at that, and if you win a series 2-1, well, you've gained a game on your competitor. If you sweep the series, you've gained 3.
Yeah, that's been frustrating for us, not being able to sweep. We've had real trouble on the doubleheader days. That's been our problem. I think we've only won 1 conference doubleheader, and that was the first one of the year against Anderson, but we lost Friday night. So we haven't taken a series doubleheader yet. Just been a constant frustration for us all year, the doubleheader day, and it's just something we got to get better at. Hopefully we can work that out this weekend.
What do you think the cause of that has been? I mean, has it been errors? Has it been poor hitting on the times when we needed to hit the ball well, pitching? What is it?
Yeah, it's been a combination of everything. It's been a lack of focus a lot of times will not bring the same intensity and passion into the second game or into the first game and kind of pick it up for the second game. Just maintaining a constant focus throughout the day, we haven't been able to do that, and it's been frustrating.
6-5, 7-3, and then 6-5 in 8 innings in the final game of that series. On Wednesday, you returned to the Lamar Hennon Field and took on the number 9 nationally ranked Chargers from the University of Alabama, Huntsville, kind of reminiscent of the old days in the Gulf South Conference. Opening game of that series, a 12-1 thrashing of the Chargers, and I got to say, Wes Todd put on a great performance on the mound for you.
Yeah, he threw well. He's been getting better throughout the year. He's won his last 3 outings and has gotten consistently better, and that's what you're always looking for from your players, to get better. And we played well and did a lot of things right and came out with the win in the first game.
14 hits, I believe, in that game, and no errors for the Railsplitters. You improved you to 21-20 at the time. You remained 12-12 in league play. Game 2, I thought, was very winnable until the middle innings. We were down 6-5, and Alabama Huntsville uncorked a big inning on us, and that kind of closed the door.
Yeah, they're capable of that. They're one of the best hitting teams in the country, and we just, our bullpen didn't come out and do what we needed them to do. Our starting pitching wasn't great either, so we didn't really deserve to win. They're explosive, and we gave them some base runners with walks, and they took advantage of it.
All right, let's talk about the upcoming weekend, but first, before we get into the series with Lenore Ryan, it's going to be senior weekend for you, and I know that that's always a special weekend for you.
Yeah, 6 seniors, and they're all playing major roles on this year's team, playing their guts out. One of them, Seth Woods, is hurt, but the other 5 are major guys for us, and going to be tough to see them go. We got basically 1 through 4 in our lineup graduating, then our ace on the weekend graduating too, so it's going to be tough to replace those guys.
I know that when I talk with Josh Schertz about graduating seniors, he says inevitably somebody else steps into a role and they kind of create their own personality from that situation. You're never going to replace a DeMario Curry or somebody of that nature, but somebody else steps up. With baseball, though, when you have so many seniors and 9 positions to fill out there, it seems like it's a lot tougher to replace. It
will be. You got to recruit well, and you can't miss in the recruiting process. So we're going to have to find some guys, and then guys in our program have to get better. That's what it's all about, and we take a lot of pride in development, and so guys are going to have to get better within our program to fill those shoes.
10 seasons at the helm of the program. You're right in line to return over to Forest City, North Carolina for the upcoming SAC tournament, and I know that's anything can happen in that type of atmosphere.
Yeah, it's always one of our goals, initially make the tournament, and then I feel like this year, if we get in there based on how we've done head-to-head with everybody this year, we got a good chance if we get in there. So we got to make it first, and then get in there and get it done.
Now, the current league standings before the series this weekend, you said we're around the 5 or 6 spot right now, but we could finish as high as 3rd.
Yeah, currently tied for 4th, and there's just so many scenarios that could happen. If we play well and get some help ahead of us, we could finish 3rd. So anywhere from 3rd to 7th is a possibility. It all depends on how we play and how some other people's play, but we're going to focus on us and hopefully come out and play well.
Now, as you face Catawba and you lost the series 3-0, I look at it and say, in light of how you lost, is there anybody in the league that you feel this team cannot defeat?
No, absolutely not. It's no disrespect to anybody in our league, but I'm confident that our team, if we come out and focus and play well, we're a tough team to beat. It's just sustaining that focus has been our problem this year. If we come out and we're that team, we got a good chance to win at any given night. So.
All right, the Bears are going to come to the Graveyard here on Friday. First game Saturday's doubleheader slated for a 1 o'clock start on the Lamar Hennon. Tell us a little bit about the Bears and what we can expect.
Lenore Ryan's probably the hottest team in our league right now. They got off to a slow start, but the last 3-4 weekends have really been giving people trouble. So they've got a kid named Clay Tresher who's been beating everyone. So we'll see him Friday night, and Brandon will be a good matchup. I'm looking forward to that. 2 really good guys going. So. But they've been hot, and we're going to have to play very well. And again, it all depends on how we show up. If we show out focused and ready to go, we'll have a really good shot. If not, it'll be a tough night. So they're really hot. They are back against the wall. They've got to win all 3 to get into the tournament. So that makes them a very, very dangerous team. They're hot and they're desperate. So we're going to have to have it strapped on to win.
Brandon County getting the start in game 1. Who can we see on the hill in game 2 and 3?
Yeah, 2 and 3 will be a combination of Logan Sawyer and Patrick Morris. They've been in that rotation all year. Have not pitched great as of late, but our bullpen kind of has been helping us out. So, hopefully they can put it together this weekend. We'll need them to, and we'll need to continue to hit well and field well.
Folks, can't say enough about the support that the Railsplitters need this weekend on Senior Weekend. The Wednesday night game against Alabama Huntsville, great crowd on hand, great college atmosphere over there, as there were 2 really good games played throughout that series. This weekend series, the final regular season series, or final season series at home period this year. And I know that, Coach, while you do have 6 seniors, while one of them is out, they deserve to have a great send-off.
Yeah, we've preached that to our players all week. I mean, if these guys don't inspire you the way they've played and conducted themselves over the last 4 years, I don't know what will. They're playing their tails off, each and every one of them, and if for nothing else, you need to go out there and play hard and play well for them, because they're getting it done and they deserve it.
Well, Coach, best of luck this coming weekend. Incidentally, we will be broadcasting the series, the games 2 and 3 of the series, on the LMU Sports Network. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:50. You can catch that via local radio on WCXZ 74 AM, and then, of course, on the World Wide Web at www.lmurailsplitters.com. And hopefully, we'll be talking with Jeff Sixeye following those 2 games on Saturday. Coach, again, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, the Railsplitters and the Bears on Saturday. It's going to be, and Friday. It's going to be a big series, a 3-game set. We want to encourage you to come on out and show your support for the Railsplitters. We're going to take a brief time out. When we come back, we've got a lot to talk about. We'll talk with Travis Muncie of the Lincoln Memorial University golf teams. They were both in action this past week, and they're looking ahead to the South Atlantic Conference Championships. We're going to talk softball a little bit later on, and much, much more. Stay with us right here on the Railsplitter Athletics Report.
I will help families adopt children from around the world and in our own backyard.
I am teaching ethics to the next generation of lawyers.
I will make a difference for the underserved of this region.
I will be an advocate for my clients.
As a prosecutor, I fought for those who couldn't speak for themselves.
I'm a lawyer and professor.
I will be a lawyer.
I will be a lawyer.
I will be a lawyer.
I guess we'll take Morty. Yes.
Pick last. Ouch. A vault will put you back on top. It quenches and kicks. Incoming! Yeah! You're a super soda mercenary. Vault. Drinks like a soda, kicks like an energy drink. Get to it!
History comes alive at the Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University in Harrogate, Tennessee. Located 60 miles north of Knoxville and 5 minutes from the entrance of Cumberland Gap National Historic Park, the museum is home of one of the largest privately held Lincoln collections in the country.
A place to learn and play. My museum includes interactive exhibits as well as special events and educational programs. For more information, go to www.lmunet.edu.
We represent the Coke brand. We would like to sue Coca-Cola Zero.
Would you say that we have a case?
For what? For taste infringement.
We want to just sue them back to the Stone Age to send a message that they're tampering with really the flagship of the company.
It's one company. It's like you suing yourself.
Yeah. But they're on a different part of our floor.
Da, 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 da.
Welcome back to the show. Travis Muncie, head coach of the Lincoln Memorial University golf teams, joins us. First of all, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Travis, this past week, your Lady Railsplitters traveled over to Greenville, Tennessee for the annual Agnes McAmis Memorial Tournament. They shot a final round of 312 to place 4th in that event, and that's a big tune-up for the upcoming South Atlantic Conference Championships held at Link Hills Country Club, 5,805-yard par 72. I know that you're no stranger to that course. Neither are your women's team, and certainly Fourth place finish is kind of what we've grown to expect from this team. They always seem to finish inside the top teams in the tournaments.
Yeah, I don't think the women really have finished out of the top 5 all year long. We're still a player down. We're still missing one of our top players, Randy Van Etten. I don't think she'll be back this year due to an injury. The girls play well. We've got I got a freshman in there that's took her spot that's done real well. The women always play well up at Tusculum. That's one of our conference rivals, and the girls have a pretty good rivalry with Tusculum. So they always play pretty well up in Greenville.
I guess the thing I like most about the tournament, aside from the fact that you finished inside the top 5 teams, is the fact that among the South Atlantic Conference teams in the event, you finished second among those teams.
Yeah, Tusculum's hard to beat there. I'll be honest with you. I mean, we beat them in and out through the majority of the year. The women are ranked second in the conference, right behind Newberry, which they're ranked 13th in the country. I think we're 31st. They're just hard to beat up there. I mean, home course advantage is a huge advantage, so they're tough to beat. So I was pretty pleased the way we finished up there with the women.
Coach Muncie's being a little modest. The Lady Railsplitters finished second among 7 South Atlantic Conference teams competing in the event. Of course, there are 10 teams in the league, so not a bad finish at all by any means. Now, all that said, Coach, you've got the upcoming South Atlantic Conference Championships. Where will that be played this year, and how familiar are we with that course?
It's up at Sevierville, which we're led by Brittany McCowan, one of our senior girls. She played really well up at Greenville, and this is her home course, so we're looking for a good turnout from her. We got 2 other veteran seniors, Desta Coker and Whitney Ball, leading the team. So I feel pretty good. We went up there for a practice round a few weeks ago. The girls played really well. And then you have Lindsay Davis and Danielle Burrell, which is the freshman girl I was talking about. So I feel really good about going up a conference. Newberry's going to be the team to beat. They have everything to lose and we have everything to gain.
Now, how about I guess, is it permissible or would it be bad form to get in some early practice rounds over there?
You cannot. The conference shuts down the course 2 weeks before the event, and no one can play it. You can go up and hit balls and practice on the putting green, or the men can play the women's course and the women can play the men's course, which would do you no good in a practice round. We went up there, like I said, about 3 weeks ago, and did a practice round, played really well, the men and women. But the conference does it just for all fairness. Shuts it down 2 weeks before the event so no one can play it.
Shuts it down to participating teams.
To participating teams.
Now, what would prevent a student athlete from going over there and playing as an individual?
We tell them they can.
Okay, well, that works. Okay, there it is. All right, let's talk men's golf for a minute. The Railsplitters were also in action this past week. They headed over to Arkansas, just like it was a short trip down the road. Same barbed wire fence runs the entire length of the state of Arkansas, by the way. Senior Jamie Chapman led the Railsplitter men's golf team to a 3rd place finish in the Natural State Classic by taking a share 4th in the individual race, as the Railsplitters posted a final round 304 on Tuesday at Heber Springs, Arkansas. The Natural State Classic, a 36-hole event hosted by Harding University, former Gulf South Conference sister member at Red Apple Country Club, a 6,451-yard par 71. And 13 teams and 73 golfers participating in that event. Not a bad finish for your men's team.
No, not a bad finish. We played a little weaker on the lower end. The top 3 guys played pretty solid. Connor Froney and Jamie Chapman, which Jamie's a senior, he's ranked 11th in the country. He's played solid all year. Probably his best year since he's been here. And we're looking for him to have a good conference championship. But he played really, really well. Didn't hold some putts. It was probably the longest 6,400 golf course I'd ever seen in my life. It played pretty long. The wind was, we get there for a practice round. It was calm, 75 degrees. Thought it was going to be great. We get for the first round, I think the winds were gusting 25 to 30 mile an hour through both rounds. So it was the longest 6,400-yard golf course I'd ever seen in my life.
Now the men's team is bouncing back with that 3rd place finish after finishing 9th at the Cumberland's Invitational over at Crooked Creek. Now, that was the B team.
That was the B team.
Need to point that out. So the Ralph Hargett Invitational, the last time the main Railsplitter team played, and they finished 6th in that event. But all in all, for the Railsplitters, it's been a strong spring schedule.
It's been a strong, yeah, it has been. We've led the conference all year basically with the men's rankings, and the guys have played strong. This has been our best year scoring average, till history. We've averaged 294 this year as a team, and that's the best in school history. So it's been best scoring year we've had in the men.
You know, that's the funny thing that I really had no idea about the golf teams as compared to the tennis teams. It's better to have a well-balanced team than one or two individuals up there at the top that are just head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah, because in golf it is that way, and you need, you play 5 count 4. You need 4 guys playing really, really good. You need basically 5 guys playing really well, and that's why we've struggled these last 2 tournaments. We've been playing a little bad on the bottom end. Your 3, 4, and 5 guy have got to play good to win. Your 1 and 2 guy are going to be pretty consistent and strong, but we got to get some help from that lower end if we're to win the conference.
Let's talk about the men's and women's field for the upcoming SAC championships. You've already mentioned that they're going to be over at Sevierville. That's somewhat of a home course for us. I mean, if anything, we're more familiar with it than the other teams. Maybe Carson Newman and Tusculum.
Now, Carson Newman plays it on a regular basis. They probably have a little bit more of a home advantage than us, and Tusculum played as many times as we've had.
But the teams that we have to be mainly concerned with, how much do we have an advantage over them with playing at Sevierville?
We have somewhat, like I said, between the local schools, us, Tusculum, and Carson Newman. But with the men's side, it's such a competitive field in the men's side. You have Newberry, you have Lincoln Memorial, you have Wingate. You have Lenore Ryan that could step in there. They've won a couple of tournaments this spring. There's a few schools that could just come in there and get hot. And the thing about Sevierville, though, and that's what I've been telling my guys, I'm glad we got to go play another round, is Sevierville is a visually intimidating golf course. It doesn't play as hard as it looks, but you stand and look on the tee box, you got water left, out of bounds right. It's just a visually intimidating golf course. You get past that, I think we can play well.
What is the criteria that the conference office has that determines where the championships will be held?
Since we have so many teams in men's and women's, it has to be a 36-hole facility. So there's basically 2 facilities that are in our footprint, which is all the conference schools, is Rock Barn, which is at Hickory, and Sevierville, which is Sevierville Golf Club. So those are the only 2 courses that meet the criteria that we have to have 36 holes, 118 for the men and 118 hole for the women. So those are the criteria they do.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the week's results. I know that the South Atlantic Conference Championship taking place April 13th through the 16th. They do allow the college gallery, I guess, to follow the players around.
We'll be live scoring also. So you can go to our website or birdiefire.com. It's gone through Birdie Fire this year, which is live, up-to-date scoring. So you'll be able to catch all the conference championship live scoring-wise. And
I'll go over and make a couple of days of it. Sevierville, of course, right there at the foothills of the Smoky Mountain National Park. You got Pigeon Forge, you got Gatlinburg, and certainly a lot of tourist attractions over in there. But anytime you get out there on the golf course and enjoy the day, looking for great weather around that area. So best of luck in that event, and hopefully the Railsplitters will bring home some more hardware.
All right,
Travis Muncy, Lincoln Memorial University golf coach. Folks, we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, I've got a lot to talk about. The LMU softball team vying for a spot in the upcoming SAC championships. They, too, will be in their final regular season play this weekend when they also host the Bears of Lenore Ryan University. But before that, we're going to talk about some results from the past week in Lady Railsplitter softball action. It's all coming up right around the corner when we come back from this break. You're on the Railsplitter Athletics Report. Stay with us.
Nestled at the foot of the Cumberland Gap, Lincoln Memorial University honors the vision and spirit of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln's values are perfectly in sync with the modern educational experience at LMU. Our students find personal attention is a way of life and a way to success. If Lincoln Memorial University fits your vision of college, visit our website at lmunet.edu for more information.
Sigmund Communications is your local radio and television stations bringing your local information, local news, and the best music from yesterday and today. Sigmund Communications was established in 1987 on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University. Since then, we have been involved in community events and other projects. Sigmund Communications is not only your local radio and television stations, but we are a learning facility aimed at educating students in the field of broadcast communications. Sigmund Communications, not just the great building with satellites that sits on the hill.
We're now MediaStream, bringing home to you more and more improvements. As your hometown team, we're dedicated to bringing our friends and neighbors more service upgrades than ever before. Always available 24/7 customer service and technical support. 30-day money-back guarantee on services. Improved bundles that will save you money. Get ready to do more of the things you love with the people you love and with savings you'll love. Call 1-800-392-2662 for details. MediaStream, bringing it home to you.
Bringing it home to you.
Welcome back to the Railsplitter Athletics Report. Let's talk softball for a minute, Coach. First of all, Coach Natalie Layden and her team were paced by freshman Samantha Smith this past week on the mound as they took a couple of one-run victories over the Bulldogs of Union College in non-conference play. Lady Railsplitters captured a 1-0 win in the opening game and came back to win 3-2 in the second game. Smith got the win in both of those victories. The Lady Railsplitters are cruising right along into the end of the South Atlantic Conference schedule as they are now prepared to take on Lenore-Ryan University this coming weekend. That'll be a two-game set, gets underway on Saturday at 1 p.m. on the Dorothy Neely Field. That also will be senior day for the Lady Railsplitters, and we want to wish them the best of luck there. 28-19 overall, 6-10 in league play, and trying to get into that upcoming SAC tournament. Now, also the other day, some spring academic awards were presented at the Dorothy Neely Field after that softball game festivity. A lot of the spring sports being represented. Here's some footage that we saw. Roger Vanoy, athletic director, presenting some of those awards for the student athletes that I believe had a higher GPA than 3.0. Some of the tennis teams represented there, as well as softball, baseball, men's and women's golf, etc. So a big-time event there on the Dorothy Neely Field. Not only do we stress high athletics here, but high academics a must to participate on the NCAA Division II and collegiate level. Folks, I can't say enough about the upcoming weekend. I want to remind you that tomorrow, Friday, the LMU tennis teams are on the road over in Greenville, Tennessee. They're taking on Tusculum College. For the men, a very pivotal match with the Pioneers. If they can win that one, they are guaranteed at least a share of the South Atlantic Conference regular season title. Now, that could be a 2 and even a 3-way tie. Nonetheless, we hope the Railsplitters are able to pull out the victory over the Pioneers in an effort to capture what would be Betty Collins' second division crown or league crown since taking over the program several years back. For the Lady Railsplitters, they've had a tough time of it. They've got a lot of injuries right now, and they're going to have an uphill battle as they face off against the Pioneers as well. So best of luck to the LMU tennis teams. Action baseball starting on Friday. I think the first game of that 3-game series on the Lamar Hennon Field. That's either a 4 or 7 o'clock start. I don't know right offhand. I do have a schedule here, though. The Railsplitters getting underway at 4 p.m. in Game 1. Games 2 and 3 on Saturday starting at 1 o'clock. Softball team again on Saturday as well against Lenore-Ryan. So big weekend of sports coming up here on the LMU campus. We hope that you'll come out and support your favorite team. Until next week, I'm Rusty Peace. Good night, everybody.